It was requested by devotees. And I think we are talking Chaitanya Charitamrita Madhya-Lila, 11th chapter and 48th verse. So, yeah, especially this chapter and this specific pastime of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu here, it is also mentioned in Chaitanya Chandrodaya. That's a book, and Prabhupada quotes there in the purport, which is a book written by Kavi Kanpundas. If you go to text 1147, I'll read from 1147. And Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami writes, Adarshaniyan api nicha jaten samvikshate hant tathapi no mam madeka varjam kripa yishyati iti nirnaya kim so aptatara devaha. Alas, has Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu made his advent, deciding that he will deliver all others with the exception of me. Prataparudra is saying to Mahaprabhu. He bestows his merciful glance upon many lower class men who are usually not even to be seen. Prabhupada writes, this verse is found in Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak 8.28. Now the Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak is written by one of the sons of Shivanand Sen, whose name was Kavi Karnapur Das, or he was also called as Puri Das, and he was specially blessed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to write poetry in the praise of Krishna. So, and this pastime specifically, this is said by Prataparudra to Sarvam Bhattacharya, and Prataparudra says Mahaprabhu has come to deliver all living entities except me. He's sad. And this pastime is in very detail explained in this Chaitanya Chandrodaya Natak. It's beautiful, and Prataparudra was feeling sad because Mahaprabhu denied to meet him, because Mahaprabhu said, well, even if he's my devotee, Prataparudra, still I don't want to meet him, because even if snake is a devotee, still you don't keep him with you, because it can always bite, it can always kill you. So Mahaprabhu said, I am a sannyasi, and my sannyas dharma will be killed, will get destroyed if I meet a king. What people are going to think? Sannyasis are meeting kings. So Mahaprabhu was avoiding him because of the rumors which people can always say, that what is the purpose of sannyasi meeting a king? Is he corrupt? Does he want anything from the king? So to follow that maryada, he didn't want to meet him. But at the same time, Prataparudra was a devotee. And he said to Sarvam Bhattacharya, what is happening with Mahaprabhu? Why I am benefit of his mercy? He's delivered all people. Ayogyata, yogata, nakaraha, vichar. He doesn't consider qualifications, any qualifications of a devotee, but and he gives his mercy even to Chandal, even to lowest class of men who are out of Vedic realm. But what about me? Why I am not given mercy? And then Prataparudra continues to speak to Sarvam Bhattacharya in the eagerness. You can see the eagerness of Prataparudra to attain mercy of Lord Chaitanya. And he says 1148, this is where we begin. Tar pratigya more na kariva darshan, more pratigya taha vina chhadiva jivan. Maharaj Prataparudra continued, if Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is determined not to see me, more na karive darshan, then I am determined to give up my life if I do not see him. More pratigya taha vina chhadiva jivan. So Prataparudra says, okay, if his vow is that he doesn't want to see me, then my vow is that I will give up my life. This is love. This is called love. And Prabhupada says in his purport, a devotee with Maharaj Prataparudra's determination will certainly be victorious in advancing in Krishna consciousness. See, Prataparudra is determined to have mercy of Lord. This is one of the symptoms of love that is, what is the in definition of love? Hirdiyasya marsneya mamta atishankita bhaveva sandranatma prema saprema nikadyate. This is Nectar Devotion 1.4.1, and Rupa Goswami defines love as, and Prabhupada writes in his purport and translates it into English and says, love, when there are many characteristics of love, but one of the characteristics of love is that love cannot tolerate separation. That is love. So Prataparudra is eager to attain his mercy, and that is what will define the various levels of advancement of devotees. All of us are chanting, all of us are reading books. Some of us, of course, are not even reading books. But those who are reading books, chanting, Mangalarti, just like you all are attending conference, you are reading books. But different people are at different levels. Some people are crawling, some people are walking, some people are running, some people are at speeds we can't even imagine, like Prabhupada. They're at such speeds that when they pass by, the air or the wind so strongly is pushed by their speed or pulled by their speed that everybody along with him who are standing nearby him, who come in contact with him, they also get pulled with him with that speed. And that was Srila Prabhupada. That is Maharaj Prataparudra. So the level of devotees will be decided by the determination to be victorious, determination to be successful in Krishna consciousness. That determination, utsaha nishchit dharya, that is required, and according to that, the result of devotional service will vary with different devotees. So Prataparudra, he was determined, he was sad, and he took a vow: I will kill myself. I will give up my life if I don't see him. I will give up my life. So that means he is valuing Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's association more than his life. This is what is required. When you can love God more than your life, then that is the perfection in Krishna consciousness. We can say that, but here Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is testing Prataparudra. What is the extent of his love? And also Chaitanya Mahaprabhu wants to glorify his love to all other devotees, how great he is, in spite of in such a position of a king, where it's all surrounded by materialistic talks, materialistic people, still he is my devotee. And then 1149 he says, now Prataparudra says to Sarvam Bhattacharya, Yadi jai Mahaprabhur na pai kripadhan, kiba rajye kiba deha sava akaran. This is beautiful. He says, if I do not receive Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy, kiba deha, my body, kiba rajya, my kingdom, sava akaran, are certainly useless. He says everything is useless. So that means as soon as we develop eagerness to attain mercy of God at any cost, even at the cost of life, that will dissolve all your materialistic desires. All materialistic desires will seem insignificant in front of the spiritual greed. This greed we need. This is what we require. And this greed doesn't come by just by reading books, just by doing service, or just by chanting. Everything is important, but one thing is most important, which will determine whether you will have greed or not, and that is association of devotees who have that kind of greed. That is why this conference call. Why this conference call? This is not just to read these books together. That's one of the purpose. We read together. But another purpose is Machit Madhata Prana Bodhyanta Parasparam Kathyantascha Mam Nityan Tushanti Cha Ramanti Cha. Machit Madhata Prana Bodhyanta Parasparam. That's the idea. Bodhyanta. All devotees who speak, they give their realizations. They give their greed and eagerness to others. They plant this greed and eagerness into the heart of devotees. And when we read this about Prataparudra, we are associating with his eagerness. And we also feel by reading, oh, such a nice devotee. And he is saying, my kingdom and everything, my body is useless. I absolutely no worth for his body. And kingdom is the expansion of the body of a king, it is said in scriptures. So no worth. This body is worthless. For materialistic people, for whom this body is everything, for a devotee it's a burden. It's a burden. Just like a crown is a burden on a beggar, or spectacles is a burden on blind man. Similarly, this body and kingdom and everything else is a burden without the mercy of the Supreme Lord. And Prabhupada says in the purport, if one does not receive Supreme Personality of Godhead's mercy, one's life is defeated. So that's how we should chant. Krishna, I'm chanting your names. Please give me your mercy. Please accept me as a servant. If you don't do that, I will give up my life. I will not eat. I will not sleep. I will not drink. Please give me your mercy. That kind of mood should be there. Of course, that determination. And then Sarvam Bhattacharya was amazed. 1150 he says, Eta shuni sarvabham hoila chintita. And hearing this Prataparud's determination, Sarvam Bhattacharya became thoughtful. Chintita actually means, Prabhupada says, very thoughtful. Chintita means he was put in anxiety actually. He became so thoughtful that he was put in anxiety. He was thinking, what should I do for Prataparudra? Rajar Anurag Dekhi Hoila Vismit. Indeed, he was very much astonished to see King's determination. He was astonished to see his love. He was astonished to see his determination to attain Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy. And Prabhupada writes in purport, Sarvam Bhattacharya was astonished because such determination is not possible for a worldly man attached to material enjoyment. He was astonished because such determination doesn't come in people who are kingly, who are rich. That Kunti Maharani says in Bhagavatam, Tvama Kinchana Gocharam. People who are devoid of Janma Aishwarya Shruti Shribhir, of high birth, of high education, of name and fame, of beauty. They who possess nothing worthwhile or of value, which is valued in this material world, they can develop strong determination, because now there is nothing else with them, and only Krishna is there. But people who have all these things like king, how can he have such kind of determination? Prabhupada writes, the king certainly had ample opportunity for material enjoyment. The king certainly but he was thinking that his kingdom and everything else was useless. In fact, Prataparudra said, if I don't get mercy of Lord Chaitanya, I will become a yogi. I will become a beggar. I will abandon all my clothes. I will wear clothes of a beggar. I will carry a bowl and I will beg. Because if as a king he is not giving me mercy, what is the use of my being king? So leave all these things. I'll renounce everything. And that's what made Sarvam Bhattacharya so anxious. That if he leaves his post, and if he becomes a beggar, and if he goes somewhere, what about kingdom? Everything gets destroyed. A kingdom without a king is like a body without a head. There is no life. There will be chaos. Everything will be put into turmoil. And that is why Bhattacharya thought what to do. So Bhattacharya kahe, Dev na kara vishad. So tumhare prabhur avashya hoive prasad. 1151. So Sarvam Bhattacharya is a pure devotee. We all know he is incarnation of Brahaspati. Mahaprabhu said, I came to Jagannath Puri for you. That kind of special person he was. God comes to meet him. We go to meet God. And God comes to meet this person, Sarvam Bhattacharya. And Sarvam Bhattacharya promises, my dear king, do not worry. Because of your firm determination, I am sure that Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's mercy will definitely be bestowed upon you. And this verse is a blessings of Sarvam Bhattacharya on Prataparudra. And Prabhupada writes, Bhattacharya was spiritual master of King Prataparudra. And he gave his blessings to the effect that Lord will be merciful upon the king. And Prabhupada writes, the mercy of spiritual master and Krishna combine to grant success to a devotee engaged in Krishna consciousness. And Prabhupada quotes, Yasya deve para bhakti ratha tatha guru. And so, this is an example. Prabhupada writes, having firm faith in Bhattacharya as a spiritual master, King Prataparudra immediately accepted Chaitanya Mahaprabhu as Supreme Lord. He began worshipping Chaitanya Mahaprabhu in his mind. And as soon as Sarvam Bhattacharya said this verse, Bhattacharya kahe, Dev na kara pishad, tumhare prabhu avashya hoye prasad. As soon as he said this, that I am sure Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will have mercy upon you. At this point of time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu bestowed his mercy on Prataparudra. At this point of time. As soon as he said this. So like when Haridas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu, they went for begging, or for preaching, of course, for preaching, for begging everybody to chant the holy names of Lord. Then Jagaya Madhaya were there. And they were offending Haridas Thakur, Nityananda Prabhu. And then Nityananda Prabhu said, okay, fine. At one point of time, he said, Mahaprabhu will accept you, no problem. Just chant holy names. And Mahaprabhu said, when you said this, I already accepted them. Whatever happened after that, that happened. But as soon as you said, I accepted. So as soon as Sarvam Bhattacharya said this, he will definitely bestow. Mahaprabhu accepted him. It was just a matter of time when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be lying in a garden and Prataparudra will come in ordinary clothes. A plan was devised and Mahaprabhu will embrace him and give him all his mercy. So this is Prabhupada says in, I think, Leela Amrit, or where Prabhupada says in Charitamrita somewhere, that, and also Bhakti Thakur mentions, this is how the mercy flows. So when you please a devotee, when you please Vaishnavas, or you please Acharyas like Prabhupada, by following the instructions, by becoming pure and perfect and strong, then they think in their mind, they become happy and they pray to Krishna. Krishna, please give them blessings. And Krishna cannot deny their order. Or their request, not order. Krishna cannot deny their request. Because Krishna is bound by a devotee's love. He cannot deny anything. And that's why Prataparudra was happy to hear this by Sarvam Bhattacharya. And text 52, he said, Teha prem adhin tumar prem gadhatar, avashya kariben kripa tumar upar. You see, as soon as Bhattacharya saw king's firm determination, he declared, the Supreme Lord is approached only by pure love. And your love for Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is very, very deep. Therefore, without a doubt, he will be merciful on you. So that means you need blessings and also determination. Both of them combined. And that's why Prabhupada writes in purport, such determination is the first qualification. One must first have firm determination, firm faith, and then Krishna will be pleased with his service. The spiritual master can show the path of devotional service. If the disciple follows the principle rigidly and undeviatingly, he will certainly receive mercy of Krishna. So, you need both mercy and determination. So, mercy of spiritual master is already there on us. It is there in form of his instructions. And when we follow his instructions, automatically spiritual master will be pleased and Krishna will be pleased. So, and the game is in our hands. It is up to us how much we advance, whether we crawl, whether we walk, whether we run. So read the Chaitanya Charitamrita, read about these devotees, and just by reading about them again and again, meditating upon them, praying to them that they give us such kind of determination, we'll also advance. We'll also advance in devotional service. And by glorifying Prataparudra and glorifying Sarvam Bhattacharya, 1153, Sarvam Bhattacharya suggests, continues, Tapi kahiye ami ek upaye, yehi upaye kar Prabhu dekhi ve jahaye. Sarvam then suggested, there is one means by which you can directly see him. So he says, okay, fine, Krishna will definitely accept you. Still, I will tell you one means. Tathapi kahiye ami ek upay. I will tell you a means. Although I am sure Chaitanya Prabhu will accept you, but still we have to devise a plan, because Chaitanya Prabhu doesn't want to meet you because of fear of people around him, because of Maryada of Sannyas Ashram. Doesn't want to meet you. So we have to devise a plan. Now, why do you have to devise a plan? So you have to devise a plan so that Prataparudra gets his mercy. He gets darshan of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and his embrace. At the same time, Mahaprabhu's desire not to meet him and Mahaprabhu's reputation is not spoiled. Both of them are preserved. That's very important. So, how to do that? So that's where Sarvabhaumacharya is saying, okay, fine, let us find a means so that your wish is also fulfilled and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's wish is also fulfilled. That is an expert devotee. Sarvabhaumacharya was very intelligent. He's expert. That's how we should serve devotees. Not make them fight, or not, okay, fine, you are right, you are wrong. He should be accepted, he should not be accepted. He should be put down, he should be put up. No, it's not like that. Try to do something, try to devise the upaye, a means by which desires of all devotees are fulfilled, if possible. That should be the first goal. Everybody satisfied. Their wish is also fulfilled, and people can go together. Sarvabhaumacharya was thinking of this means, and he says, Rath yatra dine Prabhu sab bhakt laiya Rath aage nitya kariven prema avisht hoya. This is beautiful. He says, okay, there's a means, okay, there's a plan. On the day of card festival, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will dance before the deity in great ecstatic love. So he's going to dance there in great ecstatic love. And Prema Veshe Pushp Udyane Karibin Pravesh, 1155. Sei Kale Ekale Tumi Chhadi Raja Vesh. And then he said, on the Rath Yatra festival day, after dancing before the Lord, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will enter Gundicha garden. That time you should go there alone without your royal dress. So okay, Mahaprabhu doesn't want to meet you. That's not the point. He doesn't want to meet a king. It's not that he doesn't want to meet you. So you leave your kingly dress as an ordinary man, leave your kingly reputation, everything, and go to meet him as you, not as King Prataparudra, as you, the lover of, the devotee of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And then he will accept you. So his desire is fulfilled, Mahaprabhu's wish is fulfilled, and your will also be fulfilled. 1156. But you have to do something when you go there. Krishna Ras Panchadhyay Karite Pathan Ekale Jai Mahaprabhu Dharibe Charan. When Chaitanya Mahaprabhu enters Gundicha garden, you should also go there and read the 5 chapters of Srimad Bhagavatam about Lord Krishna's dancing with gopis, Gopi Geet. In this way, you can catch hold of Lord's lotus feet. So you go and you start chanting Ras Panchadhyay. So why did Sarvabhaumacharya say this? Because you want to meet him, okay, but you can't meet him without doing some service. That's not possible. So we go to meet Krishna to do some service. We don't go to meet Krishna to meet him just. That's not the idea. So you do some service. You glorify Krishna in front of him. You chant this Gopi Geet. And in fact, Sarvabhaumacharya could understand. He was such a great devotee. He could understand the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. He would understand that when Mahaprabhu after Rath Yatra, he'll go to that garden, Gundicha garden, to take rest, which is still there. Then at that time, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be absorbed in the mood of gopis, especially Ras Panchadhyay. He could understand the mind of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, because you have to understand his mood, so that according to that mood you offer the glorification and prayers. That's the best prayer. According to his mood, which is favorable to his mood, which increases his mood, not which destroys his mood. So if Mahaprabhu is in mood of gopis and you start singing some glorification of Vaikuntha, that is some kind of rasabhas. That will destroy the mood of Mahaprabhu. And that's why Mahaprabhu said to his secretary Sarup Damodar that see, Sarup Damodar, so many people are coming to meet me, and many people wanted to make Chaitanya offer their prayers and poems, but Mahaprabhu says, no, you are my secretary, you should screen them. And you should see which prayers are favorable to my mood and which prayers are contradicting my mood. And those which are contradicting, don't allow them. Don't bring them to me. He said, and this is mentioned in Chaitanya Charitamrita. So, Sarvam Bhattacharya, Sarup Damodar, Ramanand Rai, these were great devotees. They could understand what is Mahaprabhu thinking at what time. Like Bhaktivedanta Swami Thakur's disciple, Sundarananda Vidyavanod, Anand Vasudev. They could really understand what Bhaktivedanta was thinking even before Bhaktivedanta quoted a verse while he was giving lecture. Sundarananda Vidyavanod used to quote that verse before Bhaktivedanta used to quote. He could understand, okay, this verse he is speaking, this verse he is speaking. Now this verse he is about to speak. Now this verse he will speak. And that was happening. So when you are in love with God, you can think what he thinks. And that's what is important. It is important to think about Krishna, but it is very important to think how Krishna thinks. That is the perfection of life. That is called love. And Sarvam Bhattacharya could think that, and he said, okay, fine, you go and sing Pras Panchadhyaya. If we were there instead of Sarvam Bhattacharya, we would have really messed it up, like, is it? If Prataparudra would have come to us, okay, fine, I want to meet Mahaprabhu. What do you suggest? He's resting in Gundicha garden. We would have said, okay, you go and chant Kunti Maharani prayers there. Something we would have said. Chant Kunti Maharani prayers or chant some nectar of devotion verses and he'll be happy. No, that's why we are not there with him. We are not there with him because we can't think how he thinks. We don't understand his mood. And Sarvam Bhattacharya does. And he exactly advises Prataparudra what he needs, what exactly he needs. And then 1157 he says, Bhaiye gyan nahi sei kale Krishna naam suni, alingan kariven tumaye Vaishnava jani. Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be in the mood of ecstatic love without external consciousness. At that time, as you recite those chapters from Srimad Bhagavatam, he will embrace you, knowing you to be a pure Vaishnava. And that is Prabhupada writes in purport. Vaishnava is always ready to help another Vaishnava progress towards realization of the absolute truth. And Sarvam Bhattacharya could understand the king's position as a pure Vaishnava. And Vaishnava is always compassionate, especially when he sees prospective devotee, very determined. Consequently, Bhattacharya was ready to help the king. So that's the idea. So when Mahaprabhu will be, when he will listen to Gopi Geet, he will go in trance and ecstasy. And in ecstasy, he'll forget himself. In his ecstasy, he'll forget his own body. In ecstasy, he'll forget this material world. In ecstasy, he'll forget who is standing behind him, in front of him. He will not even recognize you. He will simply embrace you. That's all. That's all. And your desire will be fulfilled. You can imagine Mahaprabhu embracing somebody. I don't know when, for all of us, when that day will come, when he'll embrace us. That kind of day, we don't expect that day in our life. We are not even fit to be the dust of his slippers. But at least one lifetime we can see him face to face. But Prataparudra is so fortunate. Mahaprabhu will give him embrace. And this is by the blessings of Sarvam Bhattacharya, his spiritual master. He has devised a plan for Prataparudra to get an embrace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Who used to get embrace of Mahaprabhu? You can imagine, even when he was present. There were millions and millions of devotees of Mahaprabhu. They were hankering even to get a glimpse of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And here is a person, Prataparudra, who is a king, who is materialistic from all perspectives, from at least externally. He is with women, wine and wealth And everything, whatever he desires, he's having servants and everything at his disposal. He's a perfect example of materialistic person, externally. But internally, he's a devotee. And he gets an embrace of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Embrace. That's a perfection of life. When Hanuman brought the information of Sita and he served Ram simply embraced him. And he said, Hanuman, I cannot give you more than this. This is what I can give you, my embrace. Embrace means giving yourself. Ram said, I am giving myself to you. That is embrace. And that is what Krishna embraces gopis and gopi embraces Krishna. And that is a symbol. Gopis says that, okay, we, from now, we are yours. And Krishna, by that embrace, he embraces and he expresses, okay, I am yours. Now I am your property. So that embrace signifies, I am your property. You are possessed by Lord and you possess Lord. That is embrace. That is perfection of life. What else do we want? And Mahaprabhu will... Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya is giving highest perfection to Prataparudra. Highest blessings. If you get these blessings from any Vaishnava, that okay, Krishna will definitely embrace you one lifetime or the other. If you get blessings anywhere, you should give anything in return of that, even your life. So Rupa Goswami says that if you can get Krishna, then in exchange of that, if anybody wants, okay, in exchange of that I want your head. Just take a knife, cut your head, give it to him. Because this kind of blessings and this kind of opportunity, it will never come. Never come. And when it comes, it will never go. So Ramanand Rai, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, Ramanand Rai, Aji tomar prem gun, Prabhu aage kahete, Prabhur firi gela man. So Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says, the Lord has already changed his mind due to Ramanand Rai's description of a pure love for him. You see so many devotees blessing Prataparudra. So he says he has already changed his mind. So as soon as Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya said, Mahaprabhu will definitely give you mercy, he had already changed the mind. But to keep maryada, to keep the norms of society, he was not able to meet him. And Mahaprabhu and Ramanand Rai also described his Prataparudra's determination and pure love for him. And Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya says he's already changed his mind. And he's now thinking how to do that meeting. And he's thinking how to do that meeting. And here Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could understand the mood of Mahaprabhu. He could really understand Mahaprabhu is thinking how to plan this meeting and to fulfill that desire of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. That okay, now I want to meet him. How about to fulfill that desire which Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya could understand even without meeting Mahaprabhu. He devises a plan and gives to Prataparudra. This is a perfect servant. This is a perfect servant, even without telling anything. That's a first-class servant, Prabhupada explains. First-class servant is, even if you don't tell him anything, he will understand the mood and the desire of spiritual master, of the Vaishnava, and do that. Even without telling him, he'll just understand by intuition. So, you see, Prabhupada writes, at first Lord did not want to see the king. Due to the Bhattacharya's and Ramanand Rai's earnest endeavors, Lord's mind was changed. So, Krishna doesn't want to meet us. Who are we? Who are we? We are complete nonsense. Sinful. Never heard the term religion. Always hated Krishna. Birth after birth. And even now we are doing so many offenses. So why would Krishna want to meet us? But because of Srila Prabhupada, because of Bhaktisiddhanta, Bhakti Thakur and other devotees, perhaps Lord changed his mind. Krishna changed his mind. Okay, let him chant my names. Let him read my Chaitanya Charitamrita. Okay, let him try to understand me. I've changed my mind. And I'll give him opportunity. And if he does this nicely and successfully, then I will decide to meet him. And that is what Prabhupada says. This is the process by which one can advance in Krishna consciousness. Prabhupada says there. 1159, he says, Shuni Gajapatir Man Sukha Upajila. As soon as Prataparudra heard this, he became very happy. Sukha Upajila. Prabhure milete ei mantrana drida kaila. And he firmly decided to follow instructions of Charitamrita. Thus he felt transcendental happiness. And Snan Yatra kabe hoive puchila bhatter, bhat kahe 3 din achaye jater. When king asked Bhattacharya, 1160, when king asked Bhattacharya when the bathing ceremony of Lord Jagannath would take place, Bhattacharya replied that there were only 3 days left before ceremony. So after 3 days, Jagannath will be bathed, and then he will go on Rath Yatra, and then Prataparudra can meet him. So there are 3-4 days before he meets Mahaprabhu. Rajara Prabodhiya Bhatta Gela Nijailaya Snan Yatra Dine Prabhur Anand Hirday. So after thus encouraging king, Saram Bhattacharya returned home, and on the day of Lord Jagannath's bathing ceremony, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy in his heart. Snan Yatra Dekhi Prabhur Hoila Bada Sukh Ishwarera Anbasare Paila Bada Dukh. So Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, now the time is coming of Saram Bhattacharya's blessings being successful, and Prataparudra meeting him face to face, even having his embrace. Prataparudra was anxious, waiting eagerly for this day, and that day has come. And Chaitanya Mahaprabhu became very happy when Lord Jagannath retired after ceremony. Lord Chaitanya became very unhappy because he could not see him. So there was ceremony of Snan Yatra, and then Jagannath ji, he was very happy to see Jagannath being bathed, and then after bathing you take Jagannath inside and you put clothes on him. He has to become dressed, and he has to go inside. So then Mahaprabhu became very unhappy because he could not see him. Gopi bhave virahe Prabhu vyakul hoiya, alal nathe gela Prabhu savar chhadiya. 1163, he says, due to separation from Lord Jagannath, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu felt the same great anxiety the gopis feel in separation from Krishna, and in this condition he gave up all association and went to Alarnath. So he went to Alarnath. Jagannath Mandir closed for some time, and he went to Alarnath. Alarnath is a temple which takes around 3 hours to go from Jagannath Puri. There Pandavas had the temple, and where there is deity of Krishna, Swam Prakat deities of Krishna, this is a Gaudiya. And there Mahaprabhu used to go when he used to feel separation from Jagannath. And it is said that when he used to go there, his separation increased more. He used so he couldn't see Jagannath in Jagannath Puri. So he used to go to Alarnath, and there is a deity of Krishna, Swam Prakat, to have that darshan. Because without seeing Krishna, he was becoming mad in separation. So he used to go there, he went there to see Krishna. But when he went there to see Krishna, he became satisfied by seeing him initially. But that satisfaction then again produced separation 1,000,000,000 times more. 3 times more than what separation he was experiencing in Jagannath Puri. That was Alarnath. Bhaktisiddhanta said, in Jagannath Puri there is double-fold separation, and in Alarnath there is 3-fold separation. And then Pache Prabhur Nikate Aila Bhaktgan Gauda Hoite Bhakt Ashe Kaila Nivedan. So devotees who had followed the Lord came into his presence, requested him to return Puri, and they submitted that devotees from Bengal were coming to Puri Kshetra. So they said, Mahaprabhu, you should come because there are many other devotees from Bengal, they are coming to meet you. There's so much halla gulla there, and things are about to start, so you should please proceed back to Jagannath Puri. In this way, Saram Bhattacharya brought Lord Chaitanya back to Jagannath Puri. He then went to King Prataparudra and informed him of Lord's arrival. And 1166, at this time Gopinath Acharya came there while Saram Bhattacharya was with King Prataparudra. Being a Brahman, he offered his benediction to King, addressed Saram Bhattacharya as follows. So at this time Gopinathacharya came. And Gopinathacharya, he was the husband of Saram Bhattacharya's daughter. And he was related to Saram Bhattacharya. And also he was working in Prataparudra's office. And then he said, see, so many devotees are coming now to Saram Bhattacharya and the king, and to meet Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And after this, when we read this further, he says that 1167, about 200 devotees are coming from Bengal. 200 is a big number, And you have to keep in mind, there was no cars, no trains. They had to walk from Bengal to Puri, months after months. And then they used to reach Odisha, from Bengal. So 200 is a big number. All of them are greatly advanced, specifically devoted to Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Narendra Ashiya Sabe Hoila Vidyaman Tasabar Chahi Vas Prasad Samadhan. So all of them have already arrived on banks of Lake Narendra, awaiting their desired residential quarters and prasadam arrangements for them. Raja kahe padi chhake ami agya deva vasa adi je chahiya padicha sabdiya. King replied, I shall give orders to the attendants in the temple. He will arrange for everyone residential quarters, prasadam as you desire. And then Mahaprabhu ganjat aila god hoite. Bhattacharya ke dekha amate. Then he said to Bhattacharya, Sarvabhaum, please show me one after another all of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's devotees who are coming from Bengal. And then you can read forward after that, and Saram Bhattacharya and Prataparudra will go on the roof, and they will ask Gopinathacharya to ask the names of devotees and report back. And from the top of the roof, they will be watching down, both of them, and they will be witnessing so many devotees of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So before Prataparudra gets embrace of Krishna, of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, he gets blessings of Saram Bhattacharya, of Ramanand Rai, and he gets darshan of all devotees. And again he is blessed by darshan of Advaitacharya, Nityanand Prabhu and all the devotees. He becomes absolutely pristine, pure and fit for the service of Lord Chaitanya and fit to have embrace of Lord Chaitanya. He becomes fully spiritual and to be with Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that's what is going to happen in this chapter afterwards. And we'll stop there. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu ki jai, Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai. So, I'll stop there now. Is there